Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of Ghost Stories and Folklore. Tonight, I am going to tell you of a hotel in Chicago that has been a staple for the southern loop of the downtown area and well known to the Columbia College students, native Chicagoans, and downtown tourists since 1893. An iconic building and historical landmark called the Congress Hotel. Originally constructed in 1893, the entrance to the Congress Hotel would have featured the cobbled streets, gaslights, and horse-drawn carriages. The hotel was originally called the Auditorium Annex, since it was connected to the auditorium building and theater across the street when it opened to help house the millions of visitors to the world's Columbian Exposition. By 1908, the southern tower of the hotel was built, containing great ballrooms and a magnificent dining room. Since it was now an independent building from the auditorium building, the name was changed to the Congress Hotel. This was done due to its location on Congress Street and across from the celebrated Congress Plaza section of Grant Park. There are other videos that you can find about the hauntings of this hotel. However, some of them have overlooked something that has been reported to me. When this hotel opened for the Columbian World's Fair, there was a dark, sinister character who used to lurk around the hallways in the lobby hotel, seeking new guests to come and join him at his special hotel that he built for the fair. That's right, my friends, Dr. H.H. Holmes. There are even those who have reported seeing the apparition of Holmes today, coming up to women who are walking alone in the hallways or even sitting down in the lobby and asking them if they would like other lodging accommodations. Over the almost 125 years of the existence of this hotel and the grand ballrooms that the hotel boasts, one can only imagine the number of people who have visited or stayed within the building over the years. There have been so many paranormal claims and sightings for this building, but I will try to highlight some of the most commonly reported ones. Let us next talk about the gangster Al Capone. Now, Al Capone was known to frequent the Congress Hotel quite often in the 1920s and 30s, and several of Capone's friends and business associates lived at the hotel as well. This established the Congress as the home to some of the century's most violent and corrupt criminals. The marble-lined corridors beneath the hotel was believed to be used to help with some of the group's smugglings between the buildings, and Al's ghost has been seen several times in the lobby and bar of the hotel. Could it be that he is still stopping by to check up on things? There is also a ghost named Peg-Leg Johnny, who has been reported in the Gold Room and throughout the building. Some have claimed that this is the spirit of a homeless man that died behind the hotel, and his body was later buried within the walls of the upper part balcony of the Gold Room. Others have claimed that this is not a homeless man, but a former employee of the hotel. A female specter haunts room 441. She will manifest as a shadow at the foot of your bed, and will kick the bed to wake you up. The hotel front desk will receive several calls during the night from guests staying in the room constantly complaining that there is something that continues to disturb their sleep. This room is considered to be one of the most active rooms as far as paranormal within a hotel. However, there have been several reports throughout the building too. In the 1930s, Adele Langer was a fugitive from Prague, staying at the hotel with her two sons, Karl and Jan Tommy. It was common during World War I and World War II that refugees from other countries would find their way into the interior of the United States, and specifically to the Congress Hotel. Adele was staying here while waiting to hear from her husband and in hopes that he would soon join them. However, word never came. Her anxiety and depression began to worsen over time, and her anguish, depleting funds, and the fear of being deported, that one day it came to be the best of her. She decided to murder her two young boys by throwing them out the hotel window, and soon she fathered them, thus ending all of her turmoil she was facing. Some say that it was the 12th floor, others believe it was the 4th or the 6th floor. Either way, a fall from those heights would definitely end one's life. There are really no reports of Adele throughout the hotel, but many believe that they see the little boys playing in the hallways as if they were still there at the hotel awaiting the arrival of their father. Mysteriously, there is a room on the 12th floor that has been taken out of service and padlocked. There are many speculations and theories as to why this room is no longer being used. Could it be as simple as the room was needed for storage? Or could it have been the room that this mother used to put into the lives of her children and herself? Another spirit that has been seen is that of Captain Lou Ostrom. He was a Spanish-American War veteran who shot himself in a hotel in 1900 after waking from a nightmare. There are those who have reported seeing his apparition as a shadow figure appearing out of nowhere and frightening the hotel guests. A guard even chased his apparition one time up to the roof of the building. In 1908, Roy Gormley was approaching bankruptcy, and he offered to pay the orchestra in the Florentine Room $500 to play the Death March from Saul. But the orchestra did not know the song. Gormley hummed it to them, and they played it for him and received the $500 and a round of drinks like he promised. He then went to his room and shot himself. To this day, there are reports of hearing a man hum this tune in the Florentine. This room also has reports of the whispers of women, phantom gunshots, and the piano playing itself, and even the apparition of Teddy Roosevelt. Now, when asked, the hotel, of course, will not admit to any paranormal activity at the Congress. They barely even allow paranormal investigations to be conducted. However, they do admit to an exorcism that was conducted at the hotel at one time. They just won't let anyone know what room it was conducted in. There are many, many more reports of ghosts and hauntings at the Congress Hotel. So many that I could go on and on reporting them to you, my friends. But I must be going for now. I will leave you with this. If you do find yourself in the downtown Chicago area and in need of some lodging, consider staying at the Congress Hotel. You won't be alone. If you like this episode of Ghost Stories and Folklore, be sure to hit the like button. And if you would like more videos from Panady videos in the future, make sure you hit the subscribe and the bell for notifications. If you dare.